Hello, animal communicators, and welcome to this week's power training. Today, I'm talking about how to get yourself out of a funk. Now, I'm teaching this from the perspective of animal communication, but you will get into a funk in all areas of your life. So, you can use this teaching across all areas of your life, not just animal communication. And I'm going to share with you a true story that happened to me this morning. So, I was on my morning walk and it's a rugged piece of land that's quite close to where I stay, and it's not one of the kind of pristine beauty spots, but for me, it's very beautiful because it's often quite overgrown. And I reached the turning point in my walk, and it just faces east. So I'm seeing the rising sun in the morning, and that's just beautiful for me. So it's filled with much wonder and magic. So I love that particular walk. And I was doing this walk this morning. I haven't been there for a while, but it's a place I used to go very regularly, and I would do my shamanic drumming and I would do journeying there. I'd even sometimes sit in the summer months and do animal communication and healing work there as well. So the land feels really special for me, and it's really built up that really positive energy. Not many people go quite as far as I do, so it's quite a protected, quiet part of my walk. So I was there this morning, and I was doing my gratitude as I was going along. That's part of my morning practice as well. So all the things that I'm grateful for in my life. And then I got to the turning point, and I looked at the sun. It was starting to rise up, in the morning, and I just felt that gratitude for there being sun. At this time of year in Scotland, we don't see a lot of sun, so I'm just in that full gratitude of the sun. And all of a sudden, I was just overcome with huge, huge emotion on the side of grief rather than on the side of gratitude. And this pain then just, wrapped itself around my heart, and I just felt the grief, and the tears started to fall. And I was just like, oh my goodness, what's just happened here? I was feeling amazing just a few moments ago. So I'm sharing this with you because it's how we get out of those kind of funks. And I want to share strategies with you. And I want to put a piece of guidance in the trust that it's helpful to you too. So my first place to go in the past would have been, oh my goodness, I haven't got time to fall apart today. Need to get back. I need to get to the office. I've got animal healings to do today. I've got communication work scheduled in. I've got assessments to do for students on my professional practitioner program. I've got a new class that I said I would create for those on my confident animal communicator program. I don't have time to fall apart today. Like, I don't have time for this. So in the past, I would have just donned my superwoman cape and I would have just got on with it and pushed all that down. I would have buttoned down the hatches on that emotion, on that grief. No idea what it was, where it came from, but I would have buttoned it down, put on my superwoman cape, and I would have just driven through and got on with my day. That's what I did for decades. What I know now, and I want to share this part with you, if you haven't realized this already, it doesn't work. The emotion doesn't go away. It doesn't magically disappear because you've pushed it down. You've just suppressed it, and it's going to pop up at some other time. Now, if you are on my newsletter list, you will know that I've written recently about the kind of full moon, new moon, all the eclipse energy that we're in right now. And it is a time for past things to start coming up for a fresh look and for healing and clearing. So in that moment when the tears started to flow, it's like, right, what is this? Where's this coming from? And I recognised it as an old wound. So I had a little bit of a pity party. It lasted about a minute and a half. And then what I did was I looked at the sun. I also did the whole, oh my goodness, give me a sign, guide me. What am I meant to do? And I could feel Eagle as a power animal has been around me the last week or so. I can feel Eagle coming in. So I called on Eagle, and I did all of that stuff as I was crying there, in the east looking at the sun. And then I sang a song that I learned in my shamanic practitioner program, which was all around celebrating and honoring the sun. So I just stood there and sang that song. And as soon as I'd finished, and the song's very short, but as soon as I'd finished, I just felt different. I felt really good, and I was back in that gratitude energy that I'd been in before. So that's the first teaching. Well, the first teaching for you is don't put on the superwoman or the superman cape. Doesn't work. Question that you could ask yourself there is, do I want to settle for short-term comfort by buttoning it all down and have long-term kind of subtle emotional pain? Or am I going to go for the short-term, intense, difficult, uncomfortable emotion to deal with it in order to have long-term emotional freedom? So that's a place that I would go with that. But that really is a whole topic for another class. But the piece that I want to share with you is don't don the Superman woman cape unless you just have to get through something and you have no choice, because sometimes that serves us. But what you really want to be thinking about here is shifting your energy. That's what you need to do. You need to shift the energy. It's about shifting that emotional state from one state to another. Now, this morning that happened for me through the song. So singing the song raised my energetic vibration and took me where I needed to go. And that also gave me the clarity to look back on what the emotion really was and what steps I needed to take to deal with that. So there's a few different ways that you can shift your emotion and shift your energy. Music is a great one. Listening to music. You could also journal. So you could do automatic writing that helps you shift out of that energy flunk and really start looking at, right, what's going on here? Where's it coming from? And what do I need to do to resolve it? Now, the reason that I'm bringing this in here is because you will have energy slumps in your animal communication work. It's fact. It's fact. Like, there's no point in me saying anything other, because it would just be complete BS. And I don't do that here. This is the truth of what it's really like. So you might have a feedback from a guardian that really has you feeling like, oh my gosh, why did I think I could do this work? Oh my goodness, that was wrong, and that was wrong, and oh, that was wrong, and that felt so right in the communication, but she doesn't get it. She said that's off. So you might be feeling really flat after communication feedback with a guardian, or you might have done a communication, whether it's for a friend or here in the practice group or maybe on a program, and it just felt off and you lost your confidence through it and you didn't know where you were going, or maybe the information you got was inconsistent and you went back in the next day and that was giving you different information. So you've now got inconsistencies in the work that you're getting, the feedback that you're getting. So your energy is going to be in a place of bleh. So when you're in that place, don't hang up your communication tools. Don't say that you're never going to do this because it's too hard, it's too difficult, you can't do it, I was never cut out for this. That's all BS stories that you're telling yourself to keep yourself safe. So what I want you to do is own how you feel. Allow yourself to feel that. Some people, I'm going off on a little side note here, but if you know me by now, can't help myself. Some mentors and gurus will tell you just go straight to the heart, go straight to gratitude, go straight to that higher vibrational energy. And yes, that's where we ultimately want to go to. Of course it is. The music, the song, the journaling will shift you to that place. I think there's a very, very important step that I would encourage you to take. And that is just to address what's happening, acknowledge what's come up. You don't need to stay there long. For me this morning, it was about a minute and a half, less than 2 minutes. I cried and felt sorry for myself, like, oh, show me a sign, show me the way. What am I meant to do with this? Less than 2 minutes. And then I'm out of it. So you're not staying there. You're not being stuck in that low vibrational energy, but you're acknowledging that that's the truth of what you're feeling right now. And then when you acknowledge it, you take its power away because you're seeing it. Sometimes that's all it needs. See this the way you communicate with animals. You're working with an animal in a rescue centre, or even not in a rescue centre, that's traumatized. You respond to the emotion. Do that for yourself. Gift that to yourself. Respond to your emotion. See it, hear it, give it a voice. Let it be seen, let it be heard. Then move into that higher vibrational energy. So I trust that that's helpful for you, because that will really help you keep coming back, and you'll come back stronger, because the more you clear this stuff, the less you've got to be triggered by in your animal communication work. And you will get triggered, we all do. So the more we're working on ourselves, the clearer channels we become for the animals as well. And we clean our own stuff. I mean, it really is a win-win for everyone. So for you to clear yourself, if you're in a bit of a funk or you're in a bit of a space, regardless of whether it's animal communication or even in your broader life, you want to change your energy vibration. That's what you're aiming to do. I would recommend that you acknowledge what's going on first, see it, hear it, allow it to be seen and heard. And then you can use music, you can use song, you can use journaling, you can use healing work, whole host of different things. my love's always music. So I would just put on a really great tune and just dance my socks off like nobody's watching. Shut the blinds, shut the curtains, do whatever. Just move your body. Move your body in some way. Moving your body really helps shift your energy always. So move your body, whether that's to dance or music or not, but move your body. You can also journal on it, and then you'll start to feel that energy shift, and then start thinking about all the things you love in your life, what you're grateful for in your life. And you're really up in those higher vibrations, and they just neutralize all that lower energy gunk that you were stuck in just a few moments before. And I promise you, the more you practice this, you will build that muscle of resilience and spring back ability. And you'll be able to do this, like I did this morning, in just a minute and a half. Right now, it might take longer. It might take a day and a half. That's okay. Keep pumping the muscle, keep practicing. And that's how you bounce back from feeling yuck in any of your communication work. Until next time, happy communicating always. Bye.